Have you ever been in a high stakes meeting in a different culture? Hi, I'm Gene with Model Meetings, and I'd like to share some learning I've had in my career. So I was working on a huge project in a company, a $250 million project set to install new equipment, new technology in a plant in Japan. And the team gets together in the US, and we realize that we need to fly to Japan and talk to the plant manager and his staff to understand how we're going to make this project work. And obviously we need their go-ahead, they're okay. We had to remember that this is this plant manager's sandbox, and he's running this huge complex plant. He's managing this incredible P&L. He's got a lot of pressure to deliver every month. And the last thing he needs is people showing up from R&D saying, hey, we want to play in your sandbox. So that's a bit of a challenge to begin with, and obviously we're halfway around the world in Japan. So I'm excited about being on this project. It's high stakes. This is a great game to be in. We fly to Japan. We're making our presentation to the plant manager and his staff, and we get to my part of the project, and I start to make my pitch. And I get through the first part, talking about the technology we want to develop and install and how it's going to run and all this great upside. And I look around the room, a little bit of a pause, not much happening. And as I take in a breath and I'm starting to launch into the next part of my presentation, across the room I see the program manager doing this. And I stop and I think, okay, what's going on here? And I look at the plant manager, who again is a king. I mean, this again, it's his sandbox. If anything, he needs to be risk averse, right? And what the program manager was telling me was, respect his time, respect his position, respect his concerns. Let him digest what you're telling him. Let him ask questions. Be cognizant of your audience. Be cognizant and aware of the culture that you're in, both functionally and in a different country. And what ensued was almost a 30-minute Q&A period where the plant manager and his staff grilled us with questions. Have you thought about this? What about that? And we had answers to most of those questions, but not all of them. And those were the questions that helped us level the project up. So fast forward, we get through our pitch. Like I said, luckily I was there with some people that understood that culture a little bit better and slowed me down and gave me the right cues. At the end of this, we get a yes, which shortly thereafter kind of terrified me because I'm thinking, why did they say yes to this? This is crazy, right? So the pressure was on. Long story short, we proved the technology out. We worked really hard for several months. We got this installed in the plant. It worked well, and it all went great. And it was really a great learning for me, especially from a cultural standpoint. So the moral of the story is, be aware of your audience. Maybe you're not flying to Japan to make the pitch, but maybe you're talking, it's IT talking to HR or marketing talking to accounting, and there are different cultures, different people with different perspectives, different concerns they're legitimately trying to manage. Be cognizant of those, be aware of those. It will help you be more successful. At Model Meetings, we have decades of experience dealing with different cultures, understanding how to do that well, how to be successful, things to watch out for. We would love to work with you, reach out to us. We would love to share our expertise and help you be more successful. And if you've ever had an experience a little bit like the one I had in a high stakes meeting in your career, hopefully you were smarter than I was about being aware of the culture, slowing your roll a little bit. I'd love to hear about your experience. Go ahead and put something in the comments, and I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.